Everyone. Good afternoon. Let's start the new year with some energy. Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Precious Odu, and I'm going to be teaching to you Audipal. Let's start with our problem story. So we're going to go through Mr. John's story. In this case, we're using Mrs. John because this is a female event. So Mr. John is a budding entrepreneur. He, in the past couple of months, has scaled and expanded his businesses. But then he has noticed a return gap in the service offering. Mr. John is having issue pinpointing how much his various services are actually bringing in. So usually there are two scenarios. Scenario A is that Mr. John has created multiple accounts to different financial organizations. This is based on what they are offering to him. With scenario A, Mr. John has to go through the account management of each of this bank one by one to see what is coming in. Scenario B is that Mr. John has one central account that customers are paying into. But scenario B is quite difficult to pinpoint how much is actually coming into his business. So the problem of financial auditing and transaction recording is usually hindered by fragmented systems and human error, making it quite difficult to achieve accurate financial recording. So what do I mean by fragmented system? Going back to scenario A, you have financial database scattered across multiple platforms, so it's not difficult to achieve a unified and transparent view. You also have a problem of lack of real-time reconciliation, making it difficult to resolve discrepancies, affecting operational efficiency. Thank you. You have the problem of lack of real-time reconciliation. Then lastly, you also have the issue of lack of data sharing between departments. This makes it difficult to achieve correct reporting. So what exactly are we building? Audipal is an infrastructure that enables for multiple collection account creation, automated settlements, and real-time reconciliation. The goal is to ensure for seamless, accurate, and efficient financial transaction management. Let's go back to Mr. John's story. So Mr. John will come on, Mrs. John, sorry, apologies. Mrs. John will come on to, so not, that was meant to be a joke, I'm going to laugh. So Mrs. John now will come on to Audipal, create an account either via web or mobile. Then you cannot create multiple collection accounts based off his different service offering. So you're going to have an account number that customers can now pay into. Now to explain, the money is not being housed in Audipal. What we're doing is we're doing collection. This whole interface is being powered by FusePay. FusePay is the organization that is into collection and payouts. So what happens now is that Audipal adjusts the ledgers of the third party that's holding the funds to API calls. So again, we're not the ones that are housing the funds. This is going to be controlled by FusePay. But our goal now is for the auditing and to track the finances of the organization. So looking at our market opportunity, we have a sum of $18 billion. We have a 2.6% CAGR and also a term of $32 billion. So now, I don't know if you can clearly see, what happens now is that you come onto our platform, you can create your collection account based on the organization admin. So aside that, we understand that there are times that customers like to come and pay via cash, how they actually record cash transaction. So in Audipal, you can actually come and create categories. Categories are where you're going to now document your cash transaction. Another part makes use of a parent-child admin access, in which the admin can actually add other users. So just can have varying levels of rights and access. So me, as example, as a salesperson, if someone is paying money, I can see that, okay, money has entered. If someone pays via cash, I can actually record it, okay, this was the cash transaction. Then you now have your detailed analytics segment, that is based off your different collection accounts or different categories that I've created. Then you now have the collection part, so this is where the automated assessment comes into place. So Audipal was actually born from a gap we had noticed in churches. So if you go to the church now, you're making transfers. Most would not actually indicate if the money is for maybe tithes, offering or something else. So now the pastor or his team after go through now, they're looking at the time, okay, when was this money made for? Is it going to be for tithes? Is it going to be for offering? How do we sort it out? And usually at the end of that, the pastor has still paid a particular amount back to the parent organization. So Audipal now, because you are doing multiple collection accounts based on what they are for, you can now do a settlement in which you can now schedule it. So maybe at the end of the week, I know that maybe 40% of my tithe account is going to my parent organization, as depending on what they have. This is just using a church as a case study because again, we're born from like a gap that we notice in churches. Okay, this is explaining how it works. I, as an organization admin, I come and create my multiple collection accounts. I now have an account number that people can now pay into. Once they pay, they can maybe at the end of the week or end of the month, I can decide to settle it into like another parent organization account number. So looking at our competitive advantage, so now most of the auditing software you have in place, you have to come and manually upload your account statement for them to not do auditing. So it's not efficient. But with Audipal, because you are creating and managing audit accounts on our platform, you can now get at a glance what is happening on my organization. You also have the automated settlement that can schedule settlement of funds. They now have the performance tracking and report generation. This is just to ensure that they are going to make informed decisions on what's happening in my organization. Our business model is B2B. We are going to employ a high pricing model. Either customers can the business model can decide to go for a flat fee or a percentage of each transaction that is done on the platform. Our go-to-market is to focus on different Nigerian market industries and now focus on industries that have like high volume transaction and also to onboard other key API players. Currently now it's just Naira that can be done, but I want to scale up from Naira to dollars, pounds and all the currencies and also scale up and expand from there. Looking at our 3-year projections, by year 1 we hope to have onboarded over 50 companies doing transactions valuing between $16,000 and over $800,000. By year 2 we're looking at over 100 companies doing transactions between $30,000 and over $1 million. And so year 3, over 200 companies with action between $64,000 and over $3 million. And the goal is that they should be doing a minimum of 300 transactions daily. So now we're asking for 2 million naira to actually develop and scale Audipal. We're still in the development phase, so we need 2 million naira to actually go from where we are to having our MP out in the market. Audipal, your power audit. Thank you.